Here is the fastest way to level up your weapons in Black Ops 6 and Warzone Season 3. I'm going to show you guys how to get your weapons to max level really fast in Black Ops 6 multiplayer, zombies, and also Warzone as well. If you guys need help with anything else in Season 3, feel free to check out my guides like how to level up the battle pass, challenging camo guides, that kind of thing. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright, so let's start out with multiplayer, then talk about zombies, then Warzone, and then we'll talk about the best modes and some boosts towards the end of the video as well. So starting out with multiplayer, what do you want to do to rank up your guns fast? We'll start talking about the maps and modes first of all. So in Season 3, we've got some good new maps. We've got Barrage and Nomad, which are both 6v6 maps. We've also got Firing Range, which is remastered as well. It's a fan favourite. Then later on in Season 3, we're going to have new maps including Haven and Signal, which are also 6v6, and also a themed version of Nuketown called Blazetown. So some good maps in Season 3. If you want to play a small map or 24/7 mosh pit of them, feel free to do so. There is also obviously your standard modes, you know, Face Off Endurance, Stakeout 24/7, Nuketown 24/7, that kind of thing. And hardcore versions of those are quite good as well because you can get kills more quickly. So those are quite good. I'd recommend them. I'd also recommend if you're starting with a new weapon which you haven't really leveled up or got attachments for, it might be worth seeing if you've got a blueprint for that weapon. The reason being because blueprints you can get from rewards, the battle pass, things like that. They're going to be variants of the weapon where there's already attachments put onto them, so it makes it a bit easier to get kills, so you're not starting with the weapon from fresh where there's no attachments and it's more difficult to get kills. So it might be worth using a blueprint if you've got one to make things a bit easier. Once you're in a game, what do you want to do? Well, you obviously want to go for, first of all, kills, get as many as you can obviously, but also make sure you're using your equipment, so that's, you know, your tactical and lethal equipment. Use that, such as stun grenades and Semtex grenades, things like that. Before we continue with the video, if you're looking to unlock the brand new Dark Matter, Abyss and Nebula camos in Black Ops 6, or grind them extremely fast in bot lobbies, be sure to check out Mitch Cactus, as these guys are the biggest and most reliable sellers, offering legitimate and safe services on all platforms. They now offer a new cheap COD point service where you can get up to an 80% discount. They already have over 10,000 reviews on Trustpilot, so for all things Call of Duty, visit mitchcactus.com and use code RAGER at checkout for 5% off. Also make sure you're using your kill streaks, so use more easier ones, things like UAV and counter UAV, and also make sure you're using your field upgrades, you know, even if it's something simple like resupplying ammo. Then obviously make sure you're using your weapon to destroy enemy kill streaks, enemy equipment, and enemy field upgrades too. That's going to get you some XP for the weapon, and that's pretty much all you want to do for multiplayer. Just keep doing that and it should get done quite quickly. What about if you're playing zombies though? Well, in zombies we've got quite a few maps to play on, so we've obviously already had Liberty Falls, Terminus, Citadel, Demore, and the Tomb, and we've now got Shattered Veil in Season 3 as well. It's quite a decent map, so it's worth playing. You can play either standard or directed mode. It doesn't really matter, but I would probably recommend directed mode as it's kind of easier. The rounds are capped, so after a certain round, maybe like round between 10 and 15, it doesn't go up anymore. The zombies don't get harder, they don't get more aggressive, whereas you can keep racking up points, salvage, and therefore pack punch your weapon as much as possible, upgrade the damage rarity, buy perks, and that kind of thing. So you can get a lot more powerful, which is really, really good. Now, once you've upgraded stuff, you can obviously kill the zombies more quickly and get through the rounds. But another great method I like is using the Deadshot Daiquiri perk. So once you've got that, what you can do is it will automatically lock onto zombies' heads when you aim down sight. Use that perk, hold down the fire trigger, and keep spamming the aim down sight trigger. What that's going to do is it's going to keep shooting the weapon, but also locking onto zombie heads, so it's going to instantly keep killing them really fast to get through the kills quickly and the rounds quickly, and therefore get you more XP for your weapon. If you want an area to train, there's some good areas. So for example, on Liberty Falls, the bank rooftop is obviously a well-known good area. In the Tomb, the Dark Ether Nexus area is quite good. And then on Shattered Veil, there's a few good areas as well. So for example, down in the mainframe or in the area outside of the mansion, there's lots of different good places to train on that map. That's one way to do it. There'll be various glitches, and I'll cover any of them if they're particularly good for weapon XP. But one glitch which I quite like is on Citadel Demore, because you can get through rounds incredibly fast and you don't even need to shoot your weapon very much. I'm sure you guys will be familiar with this already, but I'll quickly cover it just in case you're not. I won't explain the whole process of how to set up the glitch because I've got a separate guide for that, so feel free to check that out if you want. It's a guide on how to get critical kills, but it also covers the oil trap glitch. So if you want to know how to do that, feel free to check out that video via the card on screen or link in the description. But basically, on Citadel Demore, go on to standard mode, not directed, start playing the map, open it up, and then once you've got to the castle, there'll be an entrance on either side of the castle with an oil trap. Now, normally you just use this and the oil trap will kill zombies, but if you set up this oil trap glitch where basically if you've got a Molotov, so activate the oil trap and then throw down a Molotov in a certain area, I'll show you where it is, it will set the oil on fire and any zombies that run into it will instantly die. So I'm talking elite bosses like Amalgams, the special zombies, you know, Doppelgast, and any normal zombies as well. It kills them really, really quickly. You just need Deadshot Daiquiri perk on. And it's also worth having Vulture Aid as well, just so you can pick up more equipment, including the Molotovs. But yeah, keep doing that. Normally you like one oil trap per round, then the next round go to the other oil trap, wait for the other one to cool down, and keep doing that back and forth. It's even better if you've got the Rampage Inducer on, as the zombies are going to run at you more quickly, they're therefore going to die more quickly, and you're going to go through rounds incredibly fast, and you can get to really high rounds. I was getting to like round 50 plus. normally don't do that very often, but it was really easy with this method. So just keep doing that. You'll get tons of kills, you'll get tons of weapon XP, and it's really good for leveling up your weapons. So that's pretty much it for zombies. If there's any new glitches, I'll also cover them in Season 3 as well. But what about if you want to play Warzone? Well, on Warzone, there's lots of good ways to level up your weapons as well. Now, Verdansk is finally back in Season 3. It's been away for about 4 years. It's now back, and I'm sure a lot of people will be happy to hear that. In terms of what modes are best, there's going to be quite a few, but probably it's either worth playing Rebirth, normally Resurgence, or either you can play something like Plunder. I'd recommend Plunder. The method I'll suggest, it will work similarly on other modes and on other maps, but generally I would recommend Plunder on Verdansk. Now, here's what you want to do. When you start off a game, you want to use the pre-game lobby to get as many kills as you can, because that's going to count towards your weapon, so use that to get some kills and XP. And then when you spawn in, you've got a few options. You can either just go for kills, and that's one way to do it, and if so, it's probably worth going to high traffic areas such as Storage Town and places like that. Just find where lots of people drop in and go there, you can get lots of kills quite easily. That's one way to do it, but it's not the best way to do it. So if you see anyone, it's obviously worth going for kills, but what other things do you want to focus on? Well, it's probably worth spawning in an area a bit quieter and a bit further away from the flight path. So choose somewhere a bit quieter where there's a fair amount of buildings but not a lot of players, and the reason is because you want to be opening loot containers. Now when I say loot containers, I mean anything like loot boxes or any other containers or duffel bags, anything else you can open. It's going to give you XP, and it's also going to give you money as well, and there's lots of them, so it's easy to get tons of XP. The other thing you want to focus on is contracts. Now we've obviously got Most Wanted contract, which is really good. You basically start that contract, you become a target, and you've got to survive for 4 minutes, and it's really important you play with a team and have squad fill turned on so that you are with other teammates, as they'll help you get more XP as well. Now once you start this contract, if you and your teammates start opening loot containers, it's going to run down the timer by 10 seconds each time. So whereas you originally had to survive for 4 minutes, you can run it down to like 2 minutes or less really quickly just by opening loot boxes. So you can get this contract done really quickly and just keep doing that over and over again. That's going to get you a lot of XP. There's other good contracts as well, and we've got returning ones such as Supply Run. So you guys will probably remember this quite well. This is really good for getting weapon XP. You basically get in a vehicle, start the contract, and then it will get you to go to a random buy station. Head over there as fast as you can and you'll complete the contract. You can do these really quickly, and it'll get you lots of XP, so it's really worth going for this. Any items you get, obviously sell that for cash. Any cash you have, you can use it to either buy stuff to help you, but it's probably better to deposit it so you keep it for your team. That will also mean you place higher towards the end of the match as well, but it's not as important. So that is pretty much it for Warzone, but what would I say is the best method overall? It really kind of varies depending on how well you play and what your playstyle is. However, I would say if you've got Black Ops 6, Warzone is probably one of the best ways to level up your weapons, just because it's really easy to do the contracts and grind through those levels. It gives you a weapon XP boost if you own the game, that's why. But if you own Black Ops 6, it's also really quick on zombies, even if you're just playing the game, but especially if you're using that oil trap glitch method, that's really good for XP as well. So probably Warzone or zombies is better. It's also longer matches, so it's more efficient. So that's probably worth taking into account. Multiplayer can be good. It can give you more XP in the short term, but don't forget matches are more variable. You'll be playing against lots of, kind of sweaty people. The skill-based matchmaking can be quite frustrating. The matches are shorter, which means you spend more time loading in and out of matches. So it can be good and it may give you more XP, but it might be less efficient overall than one of the other two methods that we mentioned. Now, in terms of what bonuses you can get, obviously there's double weapon XP events and double weapon XP tokens, which you can get from the battle pass. You can get them from free rewards from the store quite regularly. You can get them from bundles and event rewards as well. There's gonna be lots of them, so there's lots of ways to earn them. There might even be packs like PlayStation packs, which will give them away too. You can also get extra bonuses by playing with teammates. If you do so, that's going to give you a weapon XP boost too. So lots of ways to double your weapon XP progress. If you've got some tokens or time to play on a double weapon XP weekend, it's really worth taking advantage of that just to speed up the process. If you guys find this useful, be sure to drop a like on the video and feel free to check out my other Season 3 guides. I've got lots of zombies guides on the new map. I've got guides how to level up the battle pass, camo and challenge guides. I'll cover the new events, all that kind of stuff. And Warzone has got lots of new stuff coming as well in Verdansk for Season 3. If you like these kind of videos, make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with the latest ones. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys all on the next video.